Ladies and gentlemen, it is pro wrestling's giant personality, the height of independent wrestling, Mr. Larger Than Life, big time Ethan Higher, and you're watching the Final Count podcast.
This is Mega Mondo, and you're Mega listening and Mega watching the Final Count podcast. Yeah!
Welcome to the Final Count Spotlight. Here's your host, Ryan Mosley.
Hello, everybody. It is the Croc Rockin', Nickelback Poppin', Curls for All the Girls, the Terminator, Sam Beal, as seen on Impact Wrestling, and you are listening to the Final Count.
Hey everybody, Anthony Corelli here, formerly known as Santino Morella, and you are listening to The Final Count.
Hey, it's Eric Ortiz, voice of the Valley from OVW, and you're checking out The Final Count.
Citizens, this is Super Z, and you're watching the Final Count.
That is right. It is that time of the week again. It is the Final Count Spotlight time. And right now I want to bring on my co-host. He is right here, Mr. Neil Allen Brewer, the GM of Bullpen Pro Wrestling. How you doing, Neil?
Fantastic, man. Always good to be on and hang out and talk wrestling. That's what I love to do. So thank you again for the opportunity.
Definitely, for sure. And, you are not just the co-host today or on this episode. You are the guest as well as co-host. And we are going to talk about Bullpen Pro Wrestling GOLDMINE, the show coming up. It is on Sunday, July the 13th at 3 p.m. And we're just going to go ahead and talk about the card, talk about everything with Bullpen going on right now. And, kind of tell us about, everything with, your excitement for this show coming up for GOLDMINE.
It's been a roller coaster of a ride since we debuted with Stampede back in November. Just kind of the outpour and the support from the local fan community and from the wrestling community in general has been really astounding. And it's been a challenge, as all things worth accomplishing are. But this has really been kind of the culmination of what we've been leading up to for about the past, half year. This is going to be our third show. It was originally supposed to be back in May. We had to postpone it to July 13th. So it's 1 week away. So very eager. People have been waiting for this one for a while. We've got an absolutely stacked card. We'll go through it here, in a second and kind of hit on each match there. But just to the local wrestling community and the people who have shown up and are still showing up, everyone appreciates it. Please keep doing it because we are doing some really cool things and we're going to be able to keep doing those cool things, kind of going forward in the future, but we can only do it with support and, growing that. So
Definitely. And I was at that first show at Stampede, and that was a really awesome show, really great start to Bullpen. And I missed the last show. What was the name of that? Remind everyone the name of that show again.
Unfriended was back in February.
That's right.
On Stampede, we crowned our inaugural men and women's champion, Donovan Dijak, who is still our champion, and Yema, who unfortunately had to drop the belt due to a torn ACL. It was Unfriended, our last show, that Zaya Brookside, TNA Knockout, became our women's champion. And so she will be defending that this Sunday at GOLDMINE, as well as Dijak.
Yeah, so two, notable champions and champions that have been just everywhere. Zaya being in TNA, currently in TNA, and then also, Donovan Dijak, former NXT star. I mean,
Zaya was on NXT UK for a while when they were still kind of having that brand. I think the pandemic kind of took it down, but she also competed in the first Mae Young Classic too.
I absolutely forgot about that. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Like I said, two big notable champions. And so not to mention all the other champions as well. I believe lovely Miss Larkin as well was crowned.
She is our women's immortal champion.
Yes. So I mean, great champions right now in Bullpen Pro Wrestling, and so it's going to be an exciting show this coming up Sunday. Let's get into the first match on the card, or one of the matches on the card.
Do it.
And speaking of lovely Miss Larkin, versus I don't want to mispronounce the name. Is it Nikki XS?
Yes, Nikki XS.
Okay.
This is going to be a fun one. These are two people that have both wanted to compete against each other and have on the indie scene for a while. Lovely Miss Larkin, anyone who knows like Grindhouse, currently OVW, knows that she is a rising star, and she won our Women's Immortal Championship back at Unfriended. She originally started off in a feud with Ari Alexander. That ended up not continuing past the first show, but she has been great and fantastic. We know she's capable of great things and will continue to do so, but her first title defense coming up.
Talk about Nikki XS and about her and as a challenger and everything.
She's someone who's worked with Larkin for a while. I know they've gone back and forth, and I think they're pretty close to wins, on the scene. I think I believe it's like 3-3 and then a draw or something. So one thing that everyone is excited about this has kind of been, an ongoing feud between them that's going to culminate and kind of end here at this. Nikki's great in the ring, up and coming too. So she is definitely not as known in the area as Larkin, but she's something I think that people will be very receptive to.
Definitely. They have this similar type of look, and so I'm excited to see this matchup here. As I'm excited to see all the matches, but I'm going for lovely Miss Larkin to retain here. And then let's move on to this next matchup here. Actually, did you want to let me know who you want to win the match?
Oh,
you think is going to win this match?
Oh yeah. Either or. I am a fan of both of them. I genuinely am. But certain knowledge and stuff. I'll just leave it with your prediction each match. You just tell me what you think is going to happen, and I won't flinch or anything.
There we go. All right. Next match is a mystery opponent match. Berto, and I'm sure Hippo will be nearby somewhere. And he has a mystery opponent. Wow.
Back in Unfriended.
Guess on who this mystery opponent's going to be.
It will be revealed. It will be someone that people have seen before. It's back at Unfriended. Hippo was kidnapped during the tag team match between Project Riot and Berto and Ethan Heyer. Project Riot was there at Stampede. They've been kind of the tear everything down faction, we do what we want and stuff like that. But their kidnapping of Hippo has led to their imminent, suspension for the GOLDMINE show. But Berto is in a different place right now than he has been before. Very, very aggressive, very out looking for answers and vengeance. So it's anyone's guess is what's going to go on, but it'll be good.
Definitely looking forward to seeing who Berto's mystery opponent is going to be. And I mean, I'm sure he's, has like a lot of built up frustration with the kidnapping of Hippo there. I mean, that's his what do you call it? like his
best friend, his support animal.
Yeah, support animal. Yeah, the name was I slipped my mind right there. It was right on the tip of my tongue, but I couldn't think.
I don't think anybody takes kindly to hippo kidnappings. So
yes, I mean that's animal cruelty. I think that counts as it. I mean, kidnapping an animal, and especially a support animal at that, I think that's animal cruelty. Someone should check on that. But yeah, Berto, I'm sure he's gonna want to release pent up frustration right there in that match. So get her done, Berto. And then this next matchup, Leo Grimm versus Kevo. Now I'm familiar with Kevo, and Leo Grimm as well. I believe aren't they both with Grindhouse as well?
Yes. They're two men that have worked together before in the ring. This is going to be one of two qualifying matches for the men's Immortal Championship. As we were talking about earlier, Larkin being our women's Immortal Champion, we have yet to crown a men's champion. So we'll have the two world champion titles, and then we'll have the two Immortal titles. Probably sit on that for a while. I think if anything else coming into it, we'll be looking for a tag team would be next. We don't really want to oversaturate the promotion with belts and stuff like that. You can kind of get into trouble sometimes when you do that. But both two really good, talented, young up-and-comers, and this will be one of the two matches there that night to determine who will compete at Conquest to be crowned the first men's Immortal Champion.
Nice. I like the idea of having both the women and the men's. And if I have to pick a winner for this match, which I am going to pick a winner, or I guess a winner here. Oh my goodness, I'm familiar with Kevo. Like I said, I think I've seen Leo Grimm before. He looks pretty intimidating, so I think I'm going to go with Leo Grimm right here. I mean, I don't think I'd want to see him in a dark alley or anything, but Kevo's not anyone to mess with either. So I mean, that's going to be. I'd hate to be Kevo, though. Going up against, he looks like something from Friday the 13th.
Yeah. Definitely looks like he could use some therapy time.
Yeah, for sure. But talk about while we're talking about the Immortal Championship, talk about the idea behind that, like where'd the name come from and everything.
The name. That's a good question. The idea and the premise behind both of those is like kind of, what you would have with the Intercontinental title, kind of, it's like the working man's title and stuff. It's also, we wanted to have another one that as people go out and compete at other promotions, they could defend that belt. Larkin has defended the Immortal Women's Championship at other wrestling promotions before. So it really is kind of, the placeholder for the up-and-comer, who is the future going to be. And if you want to reach kind of the League of the Immortals, you've really got to kind of pay your dues and be that working, champion for a while. And that was kind of the idea or the concept behind it. But eventually, as, we expand and go, I think kind of our idea for the World Heavyweight Champions are to be like, obviously, as they should, big deal matches that happen, every few shows or something like that, where the Immortal titles are going to be like, you're going to see them defended regularly.
I love it. I love the idea behind it. I love the name as well, because it's like Immortal. When you think about the word immortal, you're thinking about you're leaving a legacy. You're creating a legacy. I mean, and so I like that being the workhorse championship. So yeah, I love it. This next matchup, I know these two have had battles literally pretty much everywhere. And that is Ethan Hire, big time Ethan Hire versus Mr. By the Book, Gaston LaRue.
Yeah.
Wow.
The two of them as well have quite the history locally. This, by the way, is going to be the second of those 2 matches for the Immortal Championship. So whoever wins between Kevo and Leo Grimm will go on to fight either Ethan Heyer or Gaston Leroux for the Immortal title at Conquest, which is our next show on August 23rd.
Nice. I'm gonna have to go with I think I'm gonna have to go with Ethan Heyer, my boy Ethan Heyer.
He's not one to underestimate, man. He is the ultimate underdog. He is really just made waves over the past 2 years as people, have become more familiar with him, and he's fantastic. Again, I'm really fortunate to be able to kind of help put up or work off some of the works and feuds, that have gone on in other areas and promotions and stuff like that, and get to kind of see them through, has been really fantastic. So yeah, that's another one to be really excited for. And no matter out of the 4, whoever wins, that's going to be a slobber knocker at Conquest to crown, the champion then. So that's also something to look forward to.
Definitely. And I mean, Ethan, he's someone, like I said, really both of them are. They both have collected championships, throughout Kentucky and beyond even. I mean, so yeah, that's going to be a really good match, a match people have seen. But hey, it's going to be a classic. I'm for sure gonna be a classic. Definitely excited to see it. And then this next matchup here.
Ooh, boy.
WWE superstar Nixon Newell versus the HCW Women's Champion Erica Demia. Is that how you pronounce it? Demia?
Yeah. Yes, for the Hooligan women's title. Partnering with Hooligan is something that we also did recently that we've been very excited about. Zaya Brookside, our women's champion, defended our belt at a Hooligan showdown in Evansville back in May. And so we're doing cross-promotional stuff with that as well. Erica's fantastic. Now, originally, the match for this had been slotted for her and Shotzi Blackheart. That has been moved to our November show. Shotzi suffered a broken arm. That's something, unfortunately, that just happens in the indie scene, especially, when you're working kind of with these big gaps of time in between. And, when someone like Shotzi gets released from WWE, like every indie promoter, is calling her up, or the agency, and trying, to get them to come in and stuff. And so this work immediately flow just increases. So it's easy to see how like kind of the likelihood for injury or something like that occurring can happen because of that. Just on the side at the time, whenever we found out that her arm was broken, they offered for her to still come work the match at like 60%. And just, for everyone's health involved and stuff, especially, when you're paying the bigger dollar amounts for the bigger talent, you want them to be at 100%. So we did reschedule that. And we found, we think, a very, very suitable replacement in Nixon Newell, formerly known as Tegan Knox. So Erica's fantastic too. That's one I'm very, very excited for.
Yes. I agree. That's a big pickup as well. Just as good as Shotzi, the former Tegan Knox, being on the card as well. That's going to be a really good match as well. I think Erica's going to retain though. That's my pick there. But it's going to be a really good match nonetheless, for sure. And then we have this is another big match right here. This is going to be, oh my goodness, this is going to be probably a knockout, drag-out fight right here.
Oh boy!
Former WWE superstar Priscilla Kelly versus the American Gladiator J-Rod. Oh my goodness! Oh
yeah, especially J-Rod. I don't believe it's aired yet, but she was on American Gladiators. The Miz was hosting it, and they filmed that. So we were able to use that, you know, kind of in our advertising too and stuff. But she obviously is someone who just had one of the most dominant runs in OVW that we've seen from any wrestler, male or female. She showed up. She was with Revolution. She freaking kicked ass all the way through that promotion.
Yes.
So we're very lucky, very, very lucky to have her. With her and Priscilla Kelly in this match, I'm really most interested to see the fan response, because I don't really know who's going to be cheered, who's going to be booed, what's going to be going on. It's going to be one of those just like blank slate type matches where you just know, you don't know what's going to happen, but you know it's going to be fun and it's going to be good. And that is what this is going to be.
Yes, and I have to speculate if the former Gigi Dolan, Priscilla Kelly, is going to deliver some toxic attraction. No pun intended. But I guess pun intended.
Yeah. Completely intended.
So my guess here, my pick here. How can I go against J-Rod? Although I want to say Priscilla Kelly. I don't know. J-Rod's pretty dominant though, so I think I'm gonna go with J-Rod for my pick there. It's gonna be a lot of great matches. Every match, I'm gonna say it, every match on this card is gonna deliver.
We're really hoping
so. Can't go
so.
wrong with
The delay wasn't easy to get around and stuff, and you know, we were obviously disappointed along with everyone else, but we genuinely, you know, did everything we could to take that extra time and make it worth the wait. Yeah. For everyone to be like, oh, I would have much rather waited for this. Now what we have, you know, we had a great show back in May, but since then, yeah, this has really started to mold and turn itself into a very, very exciting event.
I agree. You took the words out of my mouth. A show that's worth the wait, for sure. And then we have this next matchup, triple threat match for the Bullpen Pro Wrestling Women's Championship. Carter Kaufman, someone we've seen in OVW, and then we have Noelle Summit, and then the champion herself, Zaya Brookside.
Yeah, Noelle Summit won a gauntlet match at Unfriended to become the number one contender for this fight. Carter was also in that gauntlet match. It included Dayami Ho. Oh, gosh. Sorry, I know I'm going to think of it. But it started with Carter, and she really was a standout that night. She kind of set the bar high a little bit. It was the first match of the night, and she came in, and she's someone who has a lot of untapped potential. And I'm really excited to see what we get from her. Noelle ended up coming out victorious in that 5-woman gauntlet match. Zaya she's not new at this. She does this day in, day out, week in, week out. And both of those challengers have their work cut out for them if they're going to try and dethrone the champ. On another note with Zaya, she will also, and we'll be addressing this to the show, but on July 27th, we'll be at the Grindhouse show arena, making a special appearance there. That'll become more clear, you know, as time goes on, but that's something else to look forward to coming up, as well as in the realm of Zaya Brookside.
Yes. And I love the, you know, sort of partnership right there in working with Grindhouse and having Zaya up here at Grindhouse as well. So it's going to be pretty big right there. As far as this matchup goes, this triple threat match, I'm going to go with Zaya retaining. I mean, if I was going to pick a new champion, though, how can I go against Carter Kaufman? I mean,
safe bet. I mean, I don't think it's any secret to say that Zaya is probably the favorite to retain. But, you know, in professional wrestling, anything can happen at any time. Things can turn on a dime. So you never can say never.
Definitely. And then This matchup, I'm assuming, would be the main event. Bullpen
I
Pro
will
Wrestling
confirm it is the main
heavyweight.
event.
All right. Bullpen Pro Wrestling heavyweight champion Donovan Dijak defending against Donovan Cecil. So the battle of the Donovans in a 30-minute Iron Man match for the Bullpen Pro Wrestling heavyweight championship. Oh my goodness. Hawks battle right here. Hard hitting. It's gonna be exciting.
Hold on to your hats. It's
Yes.
they're gonna tear that place down. It's been so surreal to be able to kind of get this to come to fruition because Donovan Dijak is just such a heavy hitter and stuff, and like trying to find someone or bring someone in this area that could be a legitimate threat or a challenge. You go around and see a lot of stuff, and there's a lot of people out there, but there is something special about Donovan Cecil. I mean, legitimate two-time Kentucky strongman. He's been in OVW for about 5 years, and he is someone who, especially for a larger wrestler, and this is something that kind of makes him similar to Dijak, is just really able to deliver on a technical and a cardio level that, you don't see that often in guys their size. But this is a big night for Donovan Cecil, obviously. He's been working and clawing his way in OVW, and it's one of the biggest matches of his career. And like everyone else, I'm incredibly excited to see what happens whenever these two guys collide, and that's what it's going to be. It's going to be a collision.
Yeah. Car wreck, collision, everything in the book. Whatever name you could think, a wreck. I said car wreck. So I mean, these two are literally gonna destroy each other, I'm sure. And I'm gonna be all for it. Wow. Dijak versus Donovan, the battle of the Donovans. Dijak versus Cecil.
We really wanted, like, on the onset of this. I know it's just crazy thinking about all these matches that are about to happen, and whenever the dust settles, it will be more clear, kind of, I think, where we're heading. And it's a high pressure show. We've been around for a couple, but we've really want to deliver on this one. It's like you're always, especially when you're working with limited resources in a limited time.
Yeah.
You want to constantly improve and one up yourself and, show that there is a place, in this area for this promotion. And we will not disappoint the fans.
Definitely. I think this is going to be a show, not that the previous shows haven't been, but I think that this is going to be a show that is going to set Bullpen apart from the other promotions in the area. And just as a fan, from a fan standpoint. And so, I mean, it's going to be exciting. I encourage everyone to, if you're debating or sitting there like, why should I get out there? Get out there and spend your hard-earned money and go see it. It's going to be an awesome show. Well worth it.
And yeah, bring a friend if you can. This stuff is really exciting. We've had a good turnout. We have a decent turnout right now. We could still sell more. We're not sold out. It is a larger venue, so we can go to about 400. But it's definitely one that we want to stick around. And if people want us to stick around, we're going to have to show up. But it's going to be a slobber knocker.
Yeah, let's let fans know where they can get tickets at and everything. So Bullpen Pro Wrestling presents Goldmine on Sunday, July 13th, 2025. Bell time is 3 p.m. You can get your tickets at www.simpletix.com.
And look out for future deals as well. We also do have Conquest tickets on sale. That's going to be August 23rd. Even though we delayed Goldmine originally from May 11th to July 13th, having a show roughly every 3 or 4 months, we decided that we weren't going to push back our other show. So while it's been quite a long wait between Unfronted and Goldmine, there's only a 6-week wait between Goldmine and Conquest. Yeah, and then back to Stampede in November. We'll be marking our 1 year. So it's going to get to that point. It's very exciting. And thank you so much to Ryan for using, your platform and stuff to, get us out there and try and get us, as much exposure as possible.
Hey, this is your platform as well, and so I had to do it. And also, I did see, the social media mentioned the other day. If it's cool to talk about this, about y'all announced that there was going to be a big name coming to Conquest. Is that cool to talk about who that is going to be?
Oh, Cora Jade. Okay, I got it. Sorry about that. It's going to be a little weird. Blah, 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 blah. But yes, she is also a talent we will be bringing in for Conquest. We announced that a while ago, and I'll throw on top of that, please visit our Facebook page, Bullpen Pro Wrestling. That's where we have all of our updates, messages, deals, all of that stuff. We also try and have certain money and proceeds go to different things that help out wrestlers and stuff. We've had, some money go towards EMS surgery. Also, this is more from Grindhouse, but we're having some of the proceeds go toward Vanessa Holiday. She's having her baby here pretty soon. And Deputy Tyler Lee. So we wish them, the best of luck as they're starting their family and stuff. So it's been great. We're really going to keep growing this wrestling community. And yeah, that's it. Get your tickets to Goldmine, come out, see the show. And that's all you'll need to be convinced. You'll be hooked, I promise.
Exactly, 100%. It's going to be exciting. Fans, you don't want to miss it. You do not want to miss Goldmine. That is this coming up Sunday, July 13th. Again, bell time is at 3 p.m. Get your tickets now. Don't delay and get your tickets now. I'm assuming tickets would be sold at the door as well.
They will be sold at the door as well.
Okay.
But get your tickets now.
Yes, exactly. Well, I do want to go ahead and just, mention, Neil, that obviously you're always going to be welcome here. You are the co-host, so you're always
Thank you, sir.
And fans, be staying tuned to our social media as far as who is coming up next for spotlights, and we're going to be returning for our weekly episodes as well. I'm here soon. Just be on the lookout for that. We'll make an announcement when that's going to be. There's going to be a couple things shifting around and whatnot, but just stay tuned to social media. We'll make an announcement. Thinking about some giveaways as our YouTube begins to grow and things like that. Just stay tuned to social media. Don't forget to let me just plug a little bit of our plugs here with
Absolutely.
Our sponsors. So head on over to jcountyapp.com now to get your official Final Count hoodie for only $45, and t-shirts are only $25. Guys, head on over there and get you a t-shirt and represent the Final Count. I mean, it's going to be some great swag for you to wear, and so not only are you going to be able to wear that swag, you're going to be able to tell people when you're wearing that shirt or that hoodie when it's cold. You're going to be able to tell people like, hey, I watch the Final Count. I listen to the Final Count. Do you? Or somebody's going to be like, what's the Final Count? You'll be able to tell them about it. It's a good conversation starter. So head on over to jcountyapp.com now and get your t-shirt or your hoodie. And thank you for all of your support. Thanks for all of the following on social media as well, liking, hearting things, sharing things. We appreciate all of your support for sure. With that being said, we will see you down the road.